stimulating, mind expansive.
It's no sleep, baby.
Welcome, everybody, to No Sleep, the podcast, a comedy podcast. I'm 1/3 of your comedy trio this evening. AJ Simmons is my name, and I got a couple jokes for you. Shout out to farmers markets for making an event where people can get hammered in the street at 8 a.m., and it sounds like you're just out picking raspberries and churning butter. It's kind of nice.
It is.
Got one more for you. Started making.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I started making pizzas again recently, back in the pizza game. And every time I come back, I'm always reminded of just how hard it is to make a good pizza. I've never seen something look so simple and be so hard since I last looked in the mirror.
Oh, there we go.
That is it for me, folks.
Look so simple and be so hard. That's nice.
Thanks, buddy.
I wouldn't. Let's see, you guys. This is, you guys already know this, but I've got a home in technically the suburbs. 2 kids, a partner. Honestly, I've become everything I didn't want to be. People say, hey, Toll, what did you want to be? And the answer is lazy. Lazy. And now
The
I
real
can't.
American.
But if you ask Sarah, she'd probably say he's still pretty fucking lazy. I would say, well, you should have seen me before, baby. I was a champ. I was a champion. I had a first happen to me while I was driving my van last week. Yeah, I get to use last week's notes too. It's nice.
Jeff wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. Last week I was driving and I had to turn on my windshield wipers for work. And this was like, man, what the hell's going on here? I thought a bridge was dripping on me. It was a pig pissing out of a truck.
Oh.
And I was like, this is a first. And I still haven't told anybody at work about this. I completely forgot. But yeah, that was insane. And I was like, what's going on? And then I look, and yeah, out the side of one of those big ag trucks, just a bunch of fucking
Welcome
piss.
to Iowa.
Yes. And I was like, oh, I've been windshield wiping piss. Oh man. There's nothing here, but every time I see the Coors Light train in a commercial, I think of Snowpiercer, and it makes me laugh. There's a bit there, maybe, but that wasn't it. All right. AC, all you, baby.
You know I have so many jokes.
He's known for that.
I got nothing. But I do have a thing I realized the other day. I think I figured out why America is so terrible. One of the bellwethers that's making sure that we know that America is not a great place is that America's Funniest Home Videos is still on TV.
Oh, and we still watch it at the McGrain Mulholland household.
Do you really?
Yeah,
What can they possibly have? All the good
Nothing
videos on the
except
internet.
for it's curated so that kids can watch it.
Kids falling off slides and shit like
Yeah.
that still
Yep.
30 years later.
And now it's Alfonso Ribeiro is the host, if you guys didn't know that. But
Does someone
it
still
is.
win a big grand prize for the best video?
Yeah, and I think it's still $10,000. They're
Doesn't
like, hey,
spend
poor
like they used
people,
to."
come to California and be less poor, but not by much. Good times.
Yeah, I think Roku has an entire America's Funniest Home Video. Like, it comes with
Like
it.
a live channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roku has all the amazing channels like that where they just found one show or one thing and like, this is it.
Yeah.
You guys like Murder, She Wrote? Well, we have 3 channels of it 24 hours a day.
There is a market for it.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roku's really stepped up. I remember first hearing that word and being like, oh, it must be like a Japanese dish or something, you know? And then
Spicy Roku.
Yes, exactly. Over edamame. And then now, I mean, is there even a competitor in the way of like an
I think just the
independent
TVs, yeah.
Yeah, TVs kind of come with it.
Right. And I have Alex's old actual Roku.
Yeah, they even got into the TV
Yeah.
biz.
And the Roku started out as like a standalone DVR, right? It was like a.
It was a
Yeah.
box.
It was a box.
Yeah, I still have one on mine. It's like
Yeah.
a little.
And then they
thing.
started putting them in the TVs.
Yeah.
So.
Hmm.
Suck on that, America.
Well, because before that, and before it was naturally in the TVs, I'm just now remembering it's like you would have to have a gaming system to access some of those streaming services, like a Netflix.
Right.
You'd have something or like a high-end DVD player
Yeah.
that would have
Your PlayStation
apps.
had like.
Yeah. Otherwise, you were fucked.
Yeah.
Now they just come with it anyway.
Then you'd have to buy a Roku.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't have it. I
Yeah, back
suppose.
when they were dumb TVs, before they had. I remember getting a TV that had apps on it. I'm like, give me a fucking break. Apps on the TV now, sure. I hardly
Right.
even use them on my phone.
What's
No.
next? Vapes.
Yeah.
And then they put apps on the vapes.
Yeah, they sure do.
Speaking
Luckily,
of,
I'll never buy another one of those, even though the flavor was pretty good. I was like, this is just too much.
Put apps on the vapes.
I messaged you guys this weekend. I had pretty terrible. I had the diarrhea, you guys. So bad that I've thought to tell you guys about it.
yeah.
And I don't
Category
think,
4.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like I haven't had it like that as an adult, where it wasn't accompanied by something else, where it was just that.
Straight up.
Yeah, I was like, this is fucking crazy.
And you're not drinking.
Right. Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like
that's-
liquor
Just-
shit.
yeah.
Makes
Yeah, that was all it was.
Yeah.
But it was, but I went.
Diarrhea was a way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
Like a water slide.
And
park.
it's still like I still seem to be recovering. We'll just say that. But I went to my house. I went to take care of the cats. I went to the
Your
cat
vacation house.
House. Yeah,
we'll
the
call it.
cat house
The cat
on Sunday, where I got I still haven't moved the bidet, so the bidet is still there. I always love a chance.
That's a reason to go to that house, if nothing else.
That's right. That's right.
I'll be
Take
back
a-
in about an hour and a
No
half.
kids, yeah. Get some cats to pet, and I can pet the cats while I'm squirting water straight up my ass.
That's
pretty
a
good.
vacation for a new father.
That's right. But anyway, so after 2 vigorous
Staycation.
days of ass wiping,
Oof.
this is going to be gross. Don't listen, Shyla or Sarah at home.
Ladies, cover your ears.
Yes.
So I got
Mute the Roku.
I take my dumperoo, sitting there. Then I turn the bidet on, full blast. I'm sitting there, and there must be like an open wound on my ass from all the. So I'm sitting
chapped.
there, and then it's like
Must be.
it was like somebody shocked me with a taser right in the butthole. And so the whole neighborhood could hear me go, motherfucker!
Something's going on in the cat
I get
house.
up, I was like, ah! Yeah, it really hurt a lot. It really hurt a lot. Yeah. Scared the cats. I'm sure the neighbors were concerned. Like, I didn't even think anybody lived there anymore.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Some kind of squatter in there now.
Literally.
That's just cool.
Yeah.
Squatter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he was squatting.
Yeah, I was squatting.
Maybe a little too
So,
much.
yeah.
Yeah.
I found a bidet negative.
Yeah.
Previously, there wasn't one, but that was unpleasant.
Yeah. I mean, if it's in like an open kind of cut,
Yeah.
you probably had an anal fissure.
I would
Yeah.
say, yes. And
The
it
old
was
shocker.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
somebody took a little.
You got 2 in the stink.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I got all 3 in the stink.
Yeah. Yeah, 3.
Yeah. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
But I mean, it do be like that though, where it can only take so much hard work and
had I had the bidet,
They're not built for work, you know.
no.
right.
They're-
No.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
it's a delicate situation.
Yes.
Can't be sandblasting it all day.
No, you can't.
but
Not
I'm
built for it.
Yeah.
Well, because
I
my
mean-
bidet tolerance sort of went up over time. Where
Right.
at first I was very shy about it.
Right.
You know,
Make
very
it a little
nervous.
callus. You got a little callus on your
Oh, yeah.
butthole.
Yeah.
Now you like
Looks
suck-
like an old alligator eye now.
Yeah, well now
Coming
I'm
out
like
of water.
stuck in water in with my ass. You know, just squirt it back out, make sure it all gets
Yeah.
done.
Mm-hmm.
Beer, bidet beer bong. Bidet ass beer bong.
Yeah, give it a rinse.
Mhm.
Yes, beer bong. Yes,
It-
sir.
I was also thinking of this, like, when I was younger, I would have been like, that's using a bidet is gay.
Sure.
Just so stupid.
That was my exact thought process.
Yeah,
for quite
and
some time.
and also like even like cleaning my like in the shower.
It was like weirdly European.
Yeah. But I just think now I'll like stick my whole finger up my ass to make sure there's no poop in there when I'm showering.
That's a good way
Yeah.
to do it.
It is. And before I'm like, no. I'm like, oh, this isn't so bad. I can take this.
Turns out I am gay.
Turns out I'm a bit of a size queen.
yeah. Oh, all right. Get the
Yes.
shame out of the way right at the beginning.
No, I think it's good to
Up top.
being aware of your own body and health is super important. I mean,
Yeah.
I talked about my friend episodes ago, but we were in our 20s at this point, but he would not like wash his butthole even with
Yeah.
like a rag or a loofah because he thought it was gay.
Yeah,
to do
that's
so.
so
Stay
crazy.
away. Just don't touch it
Yeah.
altogether. If you do,
At that point, I had moved beyond. I had not bideted yet because it wasn't until the pandemic really that the bidet even came into my world again.
Right.
But I did wash my butt.
Good for
I'm
you,
proud
buddy.
to say that.
I'm proud of you.
For my friend, I can't say. You know,
That is
I
crazy.
don't know where, he seems happily married. So
Wouldn't
maybe it
that?
worked
Yeah,
out,
it would
but-
like. It seems like it would hurt after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be
How
com-
did he wipe his butt?
I don't know.
that's gay.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
He'd grab the plunger and be like,
He's hold a roll of toilet paper and go, "What are you looking at? You gay? Get out! I know you want it." And then he throws it away. Some weird psychosexual thing with his own asshole.
"Oh shit."
But yeah. But a man from our generations, I think a lot of them just the culture made us homophobic towards our own buttholes,
Yeah, that's
and that's crazy.
that is crazy. Glad
That's pure trauma right there.
that is, yeah.
Now I respect it.
Yep. I disrespect it with the
Regularly.
In the shower.
Yeah.
Shampoo bottle.
yeah. Make sure it's clean. Like I think it's clean.
Not clean enough. Ah!
That's maturity.
Mm-hmm.
That's us growing.
Well, I mean, I had back in the day. Maybe you guys, you probably knew someone like this, or were possibly someone like where like you go to a movie with another dude, and they wouldn't even sit next to you.
Oh damn!
Oh
They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm not gonna sit by you. That's gay."
One seat in the middle.
Yeah. Like, but how do we titter during the movie if you're not sitting next to me?
How do we gab like girlfriends
Yeah,
the whole
exactly,
time? We're
yeah.
not gay, but come on.
Yeah, like, yeah.
Play fancy foot with each
This
other.
movie sucks.
Yes. Men on film. That was me at movies. You guys seen Sinners yet?
I have not.
No.
I would like
Oh
to.
man, it was good. Real good.
Yeah, it seems like universally I'm hearing it's a heck of a flick.
Yeah, and me and Sarah and I went to it, and she normally spoils movies for herself because she can't handle like the trauma of people being killed in movies, stuff like she just wants to know.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't do that for this movie because I think she looked up Ryan Coogler. He's like, oh, Black Panther, and the name Sinners. I think she thought it was like a superhero movie. She even told me this, and it's not that bad. Like you guys would be fine, but Sarah does not watch movies like this, and she still enjoyed it. But the poor girl was traumatized. I mean, like we left the movie, and she was like, I was like, it's okay. It wasn't real. You know that, right?
This wasn't a Blair Witch scenario.
yeah.
Was that a documentary?
But it's really good. Even Sarah enjoyed it. She had to get some therapy afterwards.
Right. She was too emotionally open when
Yeah.
she saw it.
She was. Yeah, like me in the shower.
Whoa.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Emotionally gaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, here it has a nice little twist kind of at the end, you said, I think.
It does. And I've loved it. That
Mm.
I was like, where could they possibly go? Oh, okay. All right. That was fun to take a little sadness and add a little pleasantness, I would say.
Well, that was what I liked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
there were some amount of people that didn't like that they basically rewrote the Manson murders.
the whole
Where-
point of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even going into it as someone who once really listened to a lot of true crime, I could see that some of those people might come into it expecting it to be textbook,
Right.
like how
Right.
it was. But I loved the sort of rewriting of
Yeah.
the history.
Mhm.
Like, why wouldn't you do that if it's not a documentary? And
And
it's a
wouldn't you
movie?
rather see that than the
Of
real
course.
thing that happened?
Absolutely.
Of course.
watch Brad Pitt fight all the Manson
Yeah.
children?
I mean, it's such a it's like living. I mean, a few Inglorious Bastards, Django, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood are all like historical fantasy,
yeah.
where you get this ending where
Revisionist.
you're like, hell yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it would have been a much better ending in that way, but I like it.
Yes, me too.
But unfortunately, as a creatively myself, I think I'm the type of person that would have a hard time doing that because I'd be like, it's not how it actually happened.
Right,
though, you
right.
know? I'd be
Yeah.
worried about it the whole time.
Yeah,
Because it does. I mean, yeah, it takes a certain amount of courage to do that.
yeah, for
Some-
sure.
Some people might hate it.
And some people did. Actually,
Some
the
people
first
did.
time I watched, I mean, we could go back, but the first time I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I was like, this movie kind of sucks. Nothing really happens until the end. And I was like, this is. But then after watching it 25 more times, I was like, this is like my favorite movie.
I'd be over at Toll's house, and Toll would be analyzing the fact that Brad Pitt didn't use milk in the mac and cheese.
Yeah,
And it's like he was getting to some wild level
Yeah.
detail.
for sure.
granular.
Because he didn't think he deserved milk or butter. He just used the water and then added the cheese packet.
Yeah.
Because Brad Pitt they were like, well, he wouldn't, or Quentin, whoever was like, if he's doing this, he wouldn't take the extra step to add, because that's just how
Yeah.
he just did straight up cheese packet and water. Yeah.
Which would be awful, by the way.
I mean, that's basically what Easy Mac is.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They probably add some milk substitute. in
Yeah,
there.
like a little powdered milk
Yeah,
in it,
yeah.
maybe. No, it was a movie that grew on me as well. I didn't love it the first time I saw
Same.
it, but
I didn't even really, I was like, this fucking sucks.
I
And
watched
then-
Inglorious Bastards last week from start to finish for the first time in years. I've seen clips of it. And
Oh,
of
yeah.
course, I saw it start. I'm like, oh, I have to watch the first scene because I'll just love watching that.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
But then I'm like, oh, let's just see this through. I guess I can't really remember some parts of this. And when that's when another same thing we just said. I saw it the first time. I was like, I like parts of it. I don't know if it really worked. And I watched it last week, and I'm like, is this the best movie ever
Yeah.
made?
Correct.
This is crazy how good this is.
Yeah.
Every frame of this,
Yeah.
everything is fantastic.
I had, because I even, like with Django, I thought the first time I watched it, and I fucking I think Django's probably my favorite Tarantino movie. I was like, this is so disgustingly violent. And like, the first time I watched it, I was like, oh, like it was too much.
Mhm.
But I was like, that's the point. And then you get the fucking badass, amazing ending. I also, with Inglorious Bastards, I was like, it's kind of gross to have these Jewish soldiers doing to Nazis. I was like, I see they're turning it around, but it kind of grossed me out. But then I was like, no, it's historical fantasy. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bear
But-
Jew coming out of the cave
Yeah.
with the ding.
The first time I watched it, it grossed. I was like, that was too much for
I
me.
mean, the bat
Yeah.
beating is a little rough.
It is, yeah.
They just
Still.
keep going. You're like,
Yeah.
wow.
They pull out to the wide shot, and they must have used some kind of one of those jelly dummy head
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, it was a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great movie. I think it's when it comes to popcorn, soda in the theater movie, I think Inglourious Bastards is his best one.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
should say. Yeah.
I think I'll
There's
always
no fat on it.
right. In reality, I would probably always say Pulp Fiction, because that's the one where he changed the way everyone makes movies, and
Yeah.
it was just, I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, holy shit, like mind blown,
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Kaboom.
Mm-hmm.
And it supposedly only has one left.
That's what he keeps saying.
That's what he's threatening.
Yeah.
For a while, it was in talk. It was called The Movie Critic, and he was gonna have Shane Gillis
Yeah.
star in it.
I remember seeing the rumors.
Like, that is crazy. And I say after Shane Gillis hosted SNL twice, I would not have him star in my movie. Probably.
Maybe not.
yeah.
Did he
was
not
all right.
act very well?
He was all right. His monologues were pretty rough both times. He had some good sketches though, but
Yeah.
it was this past Saturday's SNL was pretty god awful.
Not a great season.
It was their
overall.
50th season finale, and I was like, man, this fucking did everyone take a break before this? Because it sucked.
I remember maybe like a month or two ago, I came over to Alex's and we were hanging out, and it just happened to be Saturday night,
Yeah.
and we were watching it, and it was an especially bad week, I guess.
It was bad.
And I remember as I was walking out, Alex was like, "It's not always like that."
I mean, about half the time.
Yeah.
About 65%.
Yeah.
Even with your favorite cast, if you went back and rewatched like your favorite SNL seasons, you'd be like, "Oh, this is 75%
I can remember,
garbage."
when Farley and Spade and Tim
Yeah.
Meadows and all those guys were on. I can remember back then just thinking lots of episodes were just like, "Whew, no."
Yeah.
But now I think, how could any of those ever be bad?
Right.
Like, well, they were.
Yeah.
I'm just not thinking about it, but
Yeah.
And when you show up every week trying to create something new, we can relate to that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We got
Not
plenty
taking
of
anything away
stinkers
from
ourselves.
yeah. Shyla writes us all this garbage.
I know. Shiloh's on strike
she gets all coked up and stays up all night long.
on a typewriter.
Yeah, where she came up with that bidet idea. My
Yeah.
God,
A
what
lot
are you doing to me?
A lot of butthole material. It's crazy. Yeah. Speaking of Shyla came over for a pizza, and while she was over, I put on Meet Joe Black.
Oh yeah,
Have you ever
Meet
seen
Joe
that
Black.
movie?
Brad
I
Pitt.
saw that maybe once, maybe twice.
His death.
I had never seen it. And I had, just from the cover art, which I've seen for decades at this point, I had a very, very particular initial idea of what that was going to be.
Yeah.
Handsome Brad Pitt, probably at a ball or something like that, smashing.
The Irish actress that was in like 4 movies.
Yes.
And nothing else ever again.
And she has a great face, like a very
Yeah,
emotive
yeah,
face.
yeah.
But he's death. The guy, he takes over a guy's body who dies right in the beginning, who is macking on the girl you're talking about,
Yep.
who is the daughter of some old rich guy who's about to
Anthony
die.
Hopkins, right?
Anthony
Yeah,
Hopkins,
yeah.
yes. And the movie it's really strange because Brad Pitt is death, but he's acting kind of like an autistic alien the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't understand like how to use silverware, and
Why
he
would
doesn't
haven't
understand
you been
emotions.
observing human beings for
I know.
eternity?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
But-
you'd pick up a few basic pointers.
Yeah.
over
But by
time.
far, the best part of the entire movie of Meet Joe Black is the part where he's going to the hospital to see someone, and he gets stopped by an ailing health Jamaican woman,
Right.
like in a bed, and then Brad Pitt, as Brad Pitt, to be clear, he's not in he's in somebody else's body, but he's Brad Pitt.
Right.
Speaks Jamaican like patois to the lady in the bed,
I remember that.
like
Yeah.
in order to speak
Yeah,
to her-
man.
Yeah. pretty much.
Wagwan.
Yeah. Bomba clock.
Not to heaven with you now.
So Shyla and I, we were perplexed throughout the movie because I'd missed some of it in the beginning, and so she was having to explain shit to me. But when that hit, the laughter
Oh man.
exploded.
Yeah.
You have to see this scene. I'm gonna
Oh,
stick it into
amazing.
this so everyone
Yeah.
can see it.
Yeah.
Him be like, "Me no want to go."
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
god.
don't
Like,
remember.
I
that.
know this isn't supposed to be Brad Pitt.
Does he
but
get
Yeah.
hit
Brad
by a
Pitt.
bus?
He gets.
Yes.
Yeah, he gets ping ponged by.
Okay. Yeah.
The guy whose body he death steals.
Right.
Because Brad Pitt is death.
Yeah.
And he's there, I think, initially to take Anthony Hopkins, but they cut a deal so that Anthony Hopkins can stick around and not die right away
Yeah.
if he basically wingmans Brad Pitt like throughout, I guess life, or at least
Right.
for a couple weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
For what reason?
Basically, Death was enjoying being in that body and then eventually wants to smash his daughter, which becomes a huge point of contention because Anthony
Yeah.
Hopkins is like, I don't want my daughter to fuck Death.
Yeah.
Fair.
I would agree.
But she'd already started
Unless I
liking-
met Death and it was Brad Pitt, and I'd be like,
Well,
You know what?
come in the shower with me, Brad. got some stuff.
I got a finger trick I can show you.
But him speaking patois, I mean, rocked our world. Is that fair to say, Shyla?
Oh, that is hilarious.
Shyla's not always the easiest laugh, but she was like,
Yeah.
Damn.
we just had to stand back and let him cook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
What made you stop on Meet Joe Black? Why?
I'm not sure. I think.
It automatically came on.
Oh, is that what happened?
We were watching.
So you're like, sure, let's let her go.
Yeah,
let her rip.
And I feel like
Yeah.
it's a movie that I've heard of. Yeah,
Yeah.
seen on the shelf at video rental places forever. So I
Yeah.
was like, there must be something to this. You know, same thing with another Brad Pitt movie, Legends of the Fall.
Oh, yeah.
Never once seen it. I don't even know what it's about.
I have seen it, and I don't remember what it's about.
Yeah, I don't either. It was a whole thing when it came out, though.
Yeah. He
was fly fishing.
No, that's a river runs through it.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Legends of the Fall.
No, what's the diff?
Because a river runs through it that he plays young Robert Redford
That's right.
specifically. Yes. And he's got a brother, and Brad Pitt's is like the shitty brother that fucks up all the time.
Huh.
Legends of the Fall.
Got nothing on that.
He's got long hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sort of dressed.
That's the legend.
yeah.
Sort of Tom
Brad Pitt
Sawyer
has
looking.
long
Yeah.
hair.
Interesting.
All I can think about.
I'll watch
is
it and
a
get
river
back to you
runs
on
through
it. I'll let you know if he speaks patois on that as well.
I always get that. What's the movie where Tom Cruise is like a bare knuckle fighter, and Nicole Kidman is also in it? I always think that's Legends of the Fall.
Far and away.
Yeah,
Oh.
where they move to America
Mm-hmm.
and they plant their flags in the plains to claim their 2 acres or whatever, 20 acres.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I'd kill for that deal these days.
No shit.
Run 100 yards, put your flag in the land, boom,
Yeah,
20 acres is yours.
but they were fighting for it.
They were fighting for it.
So
Mm.
yeah,
Actually, I'd run 100
And someone
feet.
else
Like, I'm
kind
pretty
of
tired.
owned
Can I
it
just
before.
like rent?
just hold Tom Cruise in front of me like this. I can run.
He digs himself down as he's trying to run.
You got cartoon.
Tom Cruise would beat my fucking ass. Who am I kidding? But
think
I
he's
am
pretty close right
significantly
now.
taller than he is.
Yeah, I mean, reach advantage is real.
That's true.
That new Mission Impossible movie must be coming out this weekend because it's a full-on media blitz right
Yes.
now.
Right.
All the shows are all talking about, all the stars are on from it, and I'm already over. I'd like to see it, but like, this is already too much coverage for me.
I heard a thing about the newer Mission Impossible movies, like the last 4 or 5. Because I think this is 9 or 8. I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
But like the last several, Tom Cruise basically decides the stunts he wants to do first. Like he figures out the stunts. And then once they figure out the stunts and how to do them, they essentially write the movie around the stunts. So there'll be like 2 or 3 huge stunts. And they're like, how do we make this into a Mission Impossible movie now? Like, this is fucking
Stunts
crazy.
first,
Yeah.
story later.
Yeah.
That's how the pros do it.
Yep.
That's how old Billy Shakespeare did it. He
Yeah.
thought of the cool flips I wanted to do.
All right. Yeah.
Even in joke writing, that's not a good thing to do. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like sometimes I'll think of just like a stupid combination of words or something, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like dirtbag salad or something
Yeah.
like, just
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm gonna work that into
Yeah.
it.
How can I get to that?
I'm gonna build the skeleton around that line,
Yep.
and I can tell you with certainty it's never worked one time.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah. It's worked for me a couple times, but
You're the exception, baby.
You're a
well,
comedian of
it's-
note.
That's right. I got the trophy to prove it.
Yeah, is that on the mantle at the new
It
house?
isn't. I don't even know where it is.
What?
It's at the new house in a box somewhere.
You gotta get
I
that.
got
That
it.
should have been out.
We don't have a mantle.
That should have been out day one
I know.
somewhere.
There's
Yeah.
no mantle. I'm gonna have to build a mantle to put my trophy on.
Yes. Yes. Mantle above the bed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you forget that you're with a comedian of note, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. If this trophy's a rockin', Dad's probably alone in the bed.
Can I borrow your vape? Thanks, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's been getting a little hot around here in Iowa, folks.
Yeah.
And my apartment building had a little sheet that you could sign up to have your AC installed, but it was offset by a week, basically. So no matter when you sign up, you're basically waiting a week from when you sign up.
Gotcha.
And I was like, that's no problem. I'm not bitch made, as they say.
Right.
I can handle a little heat.
Yeah.
I would say after about 6 hours, I was like a fat old dog in front of a fan, you know? I had a fan blowing on me the whole time, every room I went into. It was hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On last Thursday, man, it was 78 degrees was the high in Des Moines. And I, of course, was in Davenport, where it was 90-plus degrees.
Ugh.
Sweat my goddamn balls off.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Did they let you wear shorts at work or
Yeah,
anything?
these shorts.
Should make them a little shorter.
Hey, if I would have, I could.
Show off those stems, you know?
Yeah.
You shaved them and maybe did some skincare. You think?
Yeah. Couple skin grafts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one sexy lady's legs.
Ooh.
Some of those huge crooked feet and the. Yeah, all right, I take it back. The middle section shaved.
It'd be like that
Yeah.
lady's foot in Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo.
Yeah.
Giant foot. It's greasing
Yeah.
up.
Yes. That's a huge bitch. Also, it's what my dad used to yell during baseball games.
Oh, Dad. Did you ever learn any like lawyer stuff from him? Ever ask him? Like, do you ever?
Any lawyering?
I remember he was very proud when I was in high school. I ditched school and I called in to school, and my buddy did the same thing, and he was fucking terrible at it, and he didn't quite match the gravitas of Toll McGrain. So at some point, we were both at my house, and I see my dad walking up the driveway, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit!" I was like, "You gotta leave, yeah, you gotta leave, whatever." And then I remember that Saturday, my dad always had like this power breakfast on Saturdays. My dad and these three actually very powerful local black guys, didn't matter, but it was kind of cool. And he was bragging to them because I had called the school and said I made the excuse. I was like, I didn't lie. I just said I was Mr. McGrain. And he was like, and all these dudes were like, I was like, yeah.
Beat it on a technicality.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Free to go, sir.
I said I was Mr. McGrain, and Toll's not going to make it to school today.
No lies detected.
Exactamundo. But otherwise, I don't know.
Did you ever? Because my dad's a Marine, so I wanted to be a Marine for a long time because that was what my dad was. Did you like want to be a lawyer at any point?
I didn't. I did not.
Hard to believe.
Yeah. I didn't. I wanted to be a mad scientist for a while, and then I wanted to direct movies. Turns out I don't quite have the constitution for that either. But
You got the hair for
Both.
mad scientist.
yeah. No, but I did after that. I kind of was like, huh, and people talked about it for a while as that story spread.
Right, like wildfire.
Yeah, but no. But then I don't know. I think about it now. What do I want to do now? What do I want to do when I grow up?
You got a few more years to figure it out.
Yeah. We got to get you a guidance counselor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do they still do those in school?
Oh yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Guidance counselor.
I didn't know if they changed the name or anything like that.
No.
My guidance counselor did not have high hopes for me.
Is that true?
Oh yeah.
I remember mine came to visit. I don't remember actually. Mine came to visit me after my appendix burst, and I had a morphine drip. Boop, boop, and I could hit it every 10 minutes, which I absolutely 100% did, of course. And I saw her later because that was my senior year, and I had to go talk. She's like, "Oh, how you doing?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, pretty good." She's like, "I came to see you in the hospital. Remember that?" And I was like, "I sure don't." She's like, "You were a little loopy." I was like, "Oh,
You're saying a lot of crazy things to me.
Yeah.
A lot of things about what you're going to do after you get out of the hospital.
Yeah. I remember that. I don't remember any. I never lived up to my potential. I remember being told that a lot.
Oh,
Being real
that's
smart.
nice to hear.
Yeah, not applying myself. Heard that a lot. That's, I don't know. I think people had high expectations. Somebody paid, after my dad died, somebody paid for my senior year at Dowling.
Oh,
It's like kind of like great expectations,
right.
Whoops.
Sorry about that 10 grand, by the way.
That investment, that ain't paying off.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
Someday. I'm thriving, I'm an expert beer delivery man.
You're 40 and thriving.
That's right. Best believe.
You got your sea legs now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, thinking back, I feel like everyone is on a different chart of even you can say within certain genders, like even within men, young men, I think some are way more prepared for what needs to be done in school, and others just are a little less mature about that. Like I had some friends that just understood the importance of what was supposed to be getting done at school. I didn't.
I couldn't,
Just
no matter what I did, I was like, this isn't for me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. And then I would take tests. They'd be like, hey, this kid's a fucking smarty pants.
This
I'd
kid
be
could
like,
be a mad scientist.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If only he applied himself. Yeah.
got to get his grades up so he can get into Mad Scientist University.
MSU.
This is why currently I'm watching the ILM documentary, Industrial Light and Magic.
Very cool.
And every fucking episode they introduce some new people, and all they talk about is how much they fucking loved their job. I'm like, I have never experienced that, and I don't know that I ever will. I said this to somebody at work, and they were like, yeah, most people don't. I was like, that's true, I guess. But wouldn't it be nice to just fucking love what you were doing, to be so intent on it and have some fucking magical shit happen when you do it?
Yeah, it
I don't know.
rocks.
Yeah, I bet. See? Oh, gross, Shyla. Loving your work.
Yeah.
Disgusting. No, I'm jealous. I wish that I had not this. I mean,
It's hard to know like what you even want though. Yeah.
right? Yeah.
That's the
What
hard
could I end up? Because and for a while it's like maybe it's going to be stand up, but then I was like, oh, you got to fucking work hard at this shit too.
That's kind of where it falls apart for you.
I'm perfectly capable of hard work. I do hard work. All I've done is hard work my entire goddamn life. But there's got to be like an end, an end point. Like I can make things. I got no problem with that, or deliver some shit or whatever. Or
Right.
be told to do something. But if you're
Yes.
like, you got to. I'm trying to think of it. If it. I don't know. Or AJ knows. AJ's like, we got a big show coming. You ready? And I'm like, no. And then day of, he's like, you ready? I'm like, not yet. But I will be by the time it comes. And and that would be like me doing homework, like the actual important shit in high school. I'd be like, oh shit, it's 1 a.m. I better write that paper. It's due at 8 a.m. So that's what I always did.
Yeah.
That's what I've always done, and I can't seem to not do that.
Yeah. That would make it complicated.
Yeah.
Trying to wrap my head around.
Yeah.
How do we get this done?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's certainly,
right
I was
but
doing the equations in the air, like, okay.
if I could find things that I like, love, then I got no problem. Then that'll be all I do. So if I could make a living playing cell phone video games, that'd be fantastic.
There's probably some people that
Today,
do.
someone has to.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone has.
The part that I find hard, and it even comes into this whole like podcasting world, and I'm sure Alex experienced it in the ice cream biz. The comedy club was like it at times for sure, but that you basically like the toiling in obscurity part of it,
Yeah.
where you basically have to be like failing publicly in front of people to one extent or another,
Absolutely.
and you just have to rock with that and know that everyone's kind of like. Or at least you feel that.
Oh,
That's how
yeah.
I feel. In my
Oh,
head.
buddy.
Every time one of our clips bombs, I'm like, yeah, we do suck. You're right.
Dude, every single, I will go home
But
tonight.
you have to be resilient towards
Yeah,
it. It's
and I'll
hard.
be fine, and then I'll be like, "What? I didn't say anything embarrassing on the podcast this time," and then I'll be like, "Oh, right, I did." And then
the old slide.
But I've gotten
say that.
yeah, and it's fine. I'm used to it by now.
Yeah.
And it used to be so much worse. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it's not even so much like the telling embarrassing stuff that would bother me. Yeah, it's just more not knowing if you're doing the right thing, basically. Like,
right. Well, that's like with comedy where I knew I was like, I'm funny, like I'm pretty damn funny, but then it turns into like, well, you got to be a guy that's willing to go to fucking butt fuck North Dakota and sleep in your car.
Yeah.
Like,
That's one
just-
gig I would definitely take.
Yeah.
Who books that?
yeah. And I'm like, I'm not. That just isn't me. And that's not about the. I guess that is about the effort, or it's about I wasn't willing to make sacrifices
Yeah.
to that degree.
And that's a hard one to
to-
make. I mean, I think that
yeah.
keeps a lot of comedians from making it to the next
Yeah.
level is the willingness to like basically be alone a lot of the time, hit the road.
Yeah.
And it's not like you're going and hitting the road and being alone on a tour bus doing arenas. You know,
Right.
That's one feeling of alone. It's another thing being in a Ford Fiesta. You know, with an oil leak, tooling over to butt fuck for
$40. Yeah.
$40
and a bar tab.
yeah.
That's the key, is the bar tab.
Mm-hmm.
That does make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you've talked about the ice cream story before, I'm sure. But was there like a watershed moment within it? Because I know it was basically pastry chef at someone else's restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then farmer's market, kind of, right? Was that sort of the first,
Yep.
like selling to the public?
Mm-hmm.
Then you had a little shop. Wasn't even a shop, I guess, more.
More of a closet than a shop.
A closet with a window you could walk up to. Yeah, I mean, or is it just, is it a watershed moment, or is the journey what solidifies it to you almost?
I wouldn't say a watershed moment where there's like, aha. It's more, I mean, my mindset was I knew I had a good idea and I knew it was working because I've had lots of other good ideas that didn't work. I did a whole bunch of other shit that to various degrees of success, but I knew I had an idea that was good enough that I knew I could make work, or at least over time figure it out. And I'm like, now I'm just a dog with a bone. Like, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
I'm toiling in obscurity and just like, there's no reason this shouldn't work if I just keep doing this. So I just gotta fucking keep eating a whole bunch of shit and trying to make this work. And like,
That's how I felt about stand-up and podcasting. And so far, haven't made a lot of money. yeah. But with stand-up, I fucking up until the last couple years, I guess pre-pandemic, I never missed an open mic.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, wouldn't miss it. I was like, this has got to pay off at some point. And maybe it will. Maybe it did. I need to think, maybe this is the payoff.
Right.
This could be it. I should appreciate what I have more rather than looking backwards or forwards. Just live in the present.
But that's not podcasting.
yeah, right. yeah.
It's all about talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's. I find myself like my whole music journey from basically like 14 or so, getting my first drum set, to in my mid 20s, basically realizing that I basically had the same thing you did with the comedy touring thing, where I was like, I don't think I'm willing to like just be in an econo van
Yeah.
with 5 other guys doing small towns, but you
Which isn't even a guarantee to success, anyways.
no.
It's not like by camping in a tent outside of a comedy club and doing sets for a year guarantees anything.
No. And
But
yeah.
it is, but sometimes that
But you have to risk it to even have
you
a
have
chance to do
yes.
it.
There's
Yeah.
also the
Yes.
guys that are purely like the advertise yourself guys. That's like that's more of their comedy than their comedy is. It's like
Yes.
where it's like, but eventually those are also the guys that seem to succeed.
Yeah,
Where
I mean,
it's
there's
like-
a personality type
Yeah.
that does well in certain industries.
But there's also like I'm like if I never moved, I had a a real cheap house that I got to stay in. I was like, well, what am
Not bad.
yeah, like things are pretty good. Plus, I, was drinking myself silly
yeah.
up until not that long
The
ago.
bar never closes.
Yeah,
anymore.
that's right. Yeah. So there's that too. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough thing. Like, even with music, I'm like, basically the moment I reached was that I don't think I'm elite in any type of way, skill-wise, with this. So I'd either have to saddle up to some people who were much better, like get in a better band somehow.
Right.
Because I don't think I'll be able to create it myself or whatever. Yeah. And that's tough because then it's like, did I waste those 10 years? But then I look back at those and I'm like, no.
No.
Yeah.
hell
So
no.
I try to bring that to the future, but it's hard because, when bills are coming in and everything else, you're
Yeah.
like, am I playing myself right now? And now I'm in my 30s and I'm like, yeah, you are playing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you come this far. It's already been 8 years of the comedy stuff.
8 years. I guess you couldn't count my last year, but like 17 years, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
I'm like, that's not.
And from the first time I did stand up, I was like, well, I'm better at this than everybody else here, and I've only done it once, so like, I'm gonna be
Sorry.
rich in no time. yeah.
Yeah. Hollywood.
yeah.
Get
Like,
that
when
giant
do they start
checkbook out.
calling? And then you realize, they don't start calling. You call. That's what. It's progressive.
It's almost not even that. It's you need everyone else to tell them to call you.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
But I think some of this, not to therapize it completely, but in therapy, I complain about all this stuff, obviously.
Yeah. I say a lot of it's Des Moines' fault.
Yeah.
Fair.
Being born here
That's
like
fair.
a chump.
Like
Yeah.
a jump. Like a jump.
Hey.
Like a jump.
Hey. I was feeling bad. I was feeling good. I'll stop there.
Any opportunity to get you to sing on the podcast.
Yes.
Mhm.
Someday, when we have more than 200 fans on YouTube, somebody will make a great toll singing YouTube compilation.
Oh yeah.
That's the real dream. Is if someone
Yes.
likes you enough to make a compilation
That is
for
true.
you.
That is. Then we can all retire and be happy we did it. Someone made a compilation video.
Yeah.
Something stupid we did.
That would be a huge checkpoint of success to me. You know?
Yeah. So that would take a lot of hours.
Yeah.
Although with AI, maybe you'd be like, hey, go back and
Yeah, we weren't doing the old-fashioned way though. By
Yeah.
some nerd out there.
yeah. We need you to spend, currently.
An inordinate amount of
Yeah.
time going through videos.
yes.
But people will do it. I mean, for the love of the game. I find myself, getting jealous when I'll see that. I'll be like, God, what I'd give for someone to be obsessed with us like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'll be wearing the same sweatshirt and
Yeah. It's all one giant
It'll just like one episode.
Oh wait, his facial hair is changing. This is over years.
Yeah, I'll be getting fatter, skinnier, facial hair changing. Nothing but grizzly bear sweatshirt.
You're going through a metamorphosis somehow.
You've definitely got your money's worth out of it.
I have $30 well spent at Get and Go.
Get and Go makes a mean fucking sweatshirt. I'm sure they're making them there in the back.
Yeah, probably.
What else they have to do there?
Not stop robberies, that's for
Nope.
sure.
Time to put dust on the candy. It's always
I think every single thing in that store is also priced with a sticker.
yes.
Like, who's stickering all that? Like,
What is it, 1987
just
in
figure
here?
out how much this shit costs.
Yeah.
Get a scanner, you fucking weirdos.
It is a weird time capsule.
Oh
going in
my
there.
god.
Ugh.
The least convenient. Everything is more expensive than every single other convenience store. And they pay their cashiers $9 an hour.
9. Oh, wow.
I think it's gone up, I assume. Yeah.
Are they hiring?
Be a candy duster.
Yes.
That's how you know you're in a bad. That's such a fucking hilarious thing to say. That's how you know you're in a bad convenience store when you reach for a candy bar and you're like, oh my,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You guys been doing construction here? No.
I didn't
All right.
even know they made these anymore.
Yeah.
has like a advertisement
dusty
on it for
whatchamacallit.
like Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You're like, that came out 30 years ago. This is a crossover on this Twix bar from 30 years.
Yeah. I didn't know Skittles could expire. Because you'll run into those sometimes. You get like a bag of candy and they'll be rock hard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't ran into that in quite some time.
No.
But those kind of places, they got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is it just me, or does landlord seem like too strong of a title?
Sure does. Sure does.
It's kind of a like he needs me too.
Yeah.
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 You're not lording over me.
Right.
Land? What land are we talking about?
Yeah.
No, you're not the lord of anything. You're a check cashing dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got that off my chest.
That check cashing
Yeah.
dude. And fucking suck it.
Yeah. That's the kind of hard hitting takes we have on this podcast.
Yeah, make a compilation out of that. Why don't you?
Oh yeah, you want to hear my theory on the formation of a comedian?
Yes.
How it happens?
Yes.
I'm listening.
Step 1, not apex popular as a child.
Yes. Sounds
Correct.
right.
Next evolution goes full movie quotes as a personality style.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Speaks, exclusively in quotes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next step gets called out for it. Full ego death.
See, I used to avoid that. I would avoid the constant movie quotes.
Unlike your friend.
Yes. Alrighty then.
It's absolutely true.
I was one of those guys. Unfortunately.
I wouldn't say I was, but I know that I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
I'm
for
gonna-
sure. For like
yeah.
probably 5 years in high
Yes.
school, junior high.
So after the ego death, reborn as open micer, finally start writing own material, but totally ripping off a much more talented comedian, ego death again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Seen that?
And final step, move back in with parents, full nirvana.
Yeah.
That is the
That's
life
pretty
cycle.
accurate for, yeah.
Yeah. It's an average experience for,
We're building our following, Mom.
When I started, there were a couple of Dane Cooks running around town.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Bringing that highly physical act
That's
out
right,
energy.
buddy. Well, the greatest compliment I ever received doing stand-up was a dude. I had not been doing it that long, and a guy going down the line saying, "You remind me of this guy. You remind me of that guy. You remind me of this guy." And he got to me. He goes, "Toll, I don't know who you remind me of." I was like, "Hell yeah,
One of
nobody."
One of
That's
one.
right.
I'm nobody.
yeah.
I am nothing in everything.
Mm-hmm.
That actually reminds me of something else I was digging into, being nothing in everything. Are you familiar with the term It's a neologism, which I think is a word for a new word.
Oh, I wasn't.
But sonder, have you ever heard of that?
Sonder.
Because I was sitting around, and sometimes I'll be on that devil's lettuce,
No.
and I'll get like real outside of my own head, or maybe too far in my own head, and I'll start thinking about how everyone is the main character of their life,
Yeah.
but they're
Yeah.
all happening interdependently.
Right.
But I only have my life, you know?
Right. Yes.
But I'll start really tripping myself out about it, and that exact feeling is termed sonder, S-O-N-D-E-R.
Interesting.
The feeling of realizing that every other individual has a life as full and as real as your own. Yeah, including yourself having secondary and whatever.
I do think about that,
etc. Who
kind
gives
of a
a
lot.
fuck?
I think about that on the road a lot. But like thinking about other people in their cars going somewhere. It's like, all of these people are headed somewhere.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I keep seeing. I keep getting memes and Reels. Reels knows I'm in a real existential mode right now because I keep
Same.
getting videos and shit on that, and a lot of stuff where they're saying like the physical universe doesn't exist. Consciousness is the only real thing.
I was gonna bring this up.
And basically, and it's true. Like our brain processes, sees, measures, does doing all the work here. Our conscious brain. Without it, is there anything here? I don't know. We don't know. I guess not.
The new science was like essentially everything might just be made of consciousness. So like, consciousness is everything. Also, if things aren't being like, if a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there to hear it, did the tree make a sound? Well, if there's fucking planets a billion light years away and no one observes it, does it exist? Well, now they're saying like if there's nothing to observe anything, then nothing does exist. Essentially, like if it's not observed, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like Schrodinger's cat. you know?
Which I think it is called like the observer effect,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
it was something with like slits, and they were like
Yep.
shooting
It's a
stuff.
real
through
thing.
Whoa, AJ, it's a family podcast.
Oh boy!
They were shooting all over the slits. The slits were covered. But yeah, when it was observed, I guess, and
Yeah.
I don't know how
It
exactly
splits off. It does
Yeah.
two different things.
it reacts
Yep.
differently.
Mhm.
And going down apparently we have the same algorithm, because going down this exact rabbit
Yep.
hole last night, they were talking about how even so basically as humans we feel that we have the superior consciousness because we can make computers and make cars, whatever, all these things, but more than likely, if we're to follow this train of thought that we're already talking about, everything has a certain level of consciousness, and then it's just all the way down to like rock formations.
Right, and then it's
shit
like everything
that.
is consciousness, and then you're like, "What the fuck is
Yeah.
going on?" Like, yeah. So
Then
that makes.
you load the gravity bong in the bathtub one more time and let her rip
Mm-hmm.
and have a full blown panic attack. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've been doing a lot of this too because with kids now, I think about death all the time.
Pretty fun.
Those intrusive thoughts. Once you're holding a baby, you're like, oh my God, like what if I die or what if I trip on the step and she's fucking. And then you start really like, then you feel like you're losing your balance from thinking about it.
Right?
Like,
My head
ugh.
hurts.
Yeah, yeah. I've been thinking about this shit, like trying to prove to myself that something about us moves on afterwards. But no matter what, it kind of does because we're all made from, dirt and atoms.
Yeah.
So
I mean, these
dirt
kind
and
of
atoms.
That's
Sure.
correct, technically.
that's all there is.
When you really think about it.
Building blocks.
Also, the thing, all electrons might just be the same electron.
Oh, I've never heard that.
All the trillions, quadrillions, whatever. Google.
I know. I try to read about that. I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
like that, and that's too much. That's. I'm already stretching so far. That is one step beyond where I'm like, I'm not.
Well, and then you get
That's
into
crazy.
parallel universes, and that we're all just like there's existing, not just like it's existing literally in the same space. like there's a dinosaur stepping on your head right now
Right.
in another reality.
Explains a lot.
We just can't see it. It just doesn't exist to us.
Yeah.
Shh.
Yeah. It's almost like when they, they can switch to different types of like night vision and this and that and
Mhm.
infrared, and you can see these different like wavelengths and see just different visuals.
Oh, did
it must be something kind of like that.
This rabbit hole wasn't quite deep enough. I was like, I don't know how much of this is actually a thing. But have you seen the thing about in Vietnam, people looking through night vision goggles and seeing demons?
No.
Yeah, there's like a whole bunch. It's like there's like several reports of people looking through their night vision goggles in Vietnam and seeing demons.
Wow.
I'm like, but a lot of them have like 300 views, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
Like,
Talk to me when you
that's
get
how many.
50K.
That's how many our podcast clips get.
Yeah.
So it is good.
I don't
then.
trust this. Yeah.
Not enough likes on this one. Yeah. I mean, life has a way of beating you down as you get older. I find it humbles you,
It does.
and through the humblings I continue to receive, seems like daily.
It do be like that.
It do be like that. I have moved beyond believing that I understand any bit of any of it.
Right.
Like, I'll get myself all whipped up in a lather reading all this stuff and trying to figure it out and get my brain around it and all these big crazy things and this happens and blah blah. And I'll get myself pretty convinced of all of it, and then finally I'm like, this is all bullshit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Or
do
you
I
go,
fucking
man,
know?
the universe is a crazy place. I'm gonna whack off before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Like who fucking cares? What difference does it make?
Yeah.
None. We're all gonna be dead eventually.
Yeah.
It's not like we get a sticker or something like you figured it out. There you
Yeah.
go, bud. Good job.
Yeah.
But I still have to go to work tomorrow? Yeah, that's right.
That's that's the part where I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is a bunch of horse shit.
Yeah.
Like who made this? Yeah, it is some real bullshit. That I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I was up late podcasting. I don't want to fucking go to work.
If I am the universe experiencing itself, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Universe is stupid.
Yeah.
'Cause that's really what all of this kind of wraps into eventually.
All
It-
this
it-
wraps into I don't want to work.
Yes.
I want my kids to live, be happy, and I don't want to go to work.
And,
That's it.
raising kids and having a good life in a way should be
How
work.
good is it if I
Yeah.
have to work every day?
Yeah. At one point that was work though,
Yeah, for sure.
And then work became a thing where it's like,
Yeah. Before I'd be like, time to wake up, relax for a little while, go kill a moose, bring it back, we're good to go. I don't have to do anything else for like a month.
yeah.
Yeah, after reading and stuff, I read a book kind of like the history of humanity, and the book's kind of hints at the fact like it goes through like the history of like mankind as we know it, like everything. And like we probably kind of peaked at the hunter-gatherer section of our evolution.
we
because
are
then
not-
after that, we just started making work for ourselves.
And every
And more work
technological
makes more work. It
Oh,
makes
dude.
more work, makes more,
Absolutely.
but not more happiness or more a better life. It just more shits. And we are so far beyond that. at
And
this
every
point.
time technology advances, we're like, it's going to make it easier for us. And we're
Nope.
like, production has gone up and it will continue to go up forever. It better not stop going up. And you're like, what? But I have a microwave now. Yeah, no. Like, things are getting worse. They said back in fucking feudal times, man, in medieval times, peasants, serfs, whatever, indentured servants
Right.
worked less hours than people currently do now in the United States of America. Go fuck.
Yeah, it used to be you go in about 10 o'clock, put a few hours in, take a 2-hour nap, put another couple hours in. That's the end of your day.
That's right.
Have a couple beers,
Yeah.
go home and sleep in a pile of mud.
Yeah.
It's a good fucking deal.
Yeah. Sounds good, baby.
Yeah. Pig out in the trough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what I call my wife. Back in the day.
Can't believe Shallow wrote that. Crazy that she wrote that. But this is the kind of shit this is for those of you who aren't in your 30s yet, this is what your 30s is all about, baby. It's all about full identity crisis.
I
It
think
is.
with your 40s, though, I'm like pretty comfortable with myself.
Yeah.
Like I never have been.
Oh.
like where you just don't care, like what other people think about you. I don't care.
I definitely have tastes of that. Now
Yeah.
it's more like the truly existential stuff.
Right.
Yeah, once you get into your 30s a little bit, you're like, okay, so I am a real adult, and this is it. This is real. Like you're like, oh, okay, so
Yeah.
now this is all for real. You're like, oh fuck.
And it's like if I'm a real adult, and then everyone else is kind of like me, and now I'm worried.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. That's exactly
Nobody
right.
or
yeah.
like, oh, no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yes.
Some people just pretend to.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you look at your parents and older people as like some sort of god race that's like
Mhm.
lording over. They know all. They see all.
Yeah.
And then you get older, you're like, this guy's a bunch of fucking idiots.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Just bigger. Just as dumb as they were. Like as kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the physical makings of wisdom
Yeah.
with none of it.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you try to play Mad Libs at a bar, and you're like, holy shit. 80% of this bar doesn't know what the fucking adjective is. God damn.
All right. Need an adjective. Dildo.
Like,
Damn.
that is a noun, you stupid idiots.
At least everyone knows what a pronoun
Yeah,
is.
I told a joke.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, we know.
I used to tell a joke where I would say adjective, and I was like, okay, doing that. This doesn't. I have to say descriptive word instead of adjective because
Yikes.
nobody fucking knew
You
what I
gotta
was
dumb
talking
down a joke
about. yeah,
because you used the
Yeah.
word adjective.
yeah,
Speak English.
yeah. I would say, give me an adjective. and
We didn't
people
all
would
go
be like,
get an English degree, you queer. You're like,
yeah,
a descriptive
yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fancy city boy
yeah.
with his adjectives.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got no adjectives.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's scary. I mean, to realize, I even think about just my parents, where I'm like, okay, my dad, I think, was coming up on 30 when my mom and him had me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, granted, he did seem to have his shit together a bit more, but I don't know. I'm pretty stupid. know? And I actually try to not be stupid. You know, like I'm out there opening books, reading the jacket. Yeah.
Nodding at it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never thought about it like that.
Yeah. You catch
You're
Adrian.
reading the author's bio. Oh, yes.
This guy seems to know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's kind of like my new theory about quitting booze, where it's like the fact that I even thought about quitting, if you think about it like in light years in the universe,
Yeah.
it's like I already did.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely. Hell yeah, dude.
I didn't have to read the book because somewhere down in another universe I probably did.
That's right. Use timeline logic. Use the end of Bill and Ted logic.
Yeah.
Oh, where they just think about doing something in the future and then it is done for them right then.
That sounds like a good life.
Perfect. yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, guess who hasn't had pop for 2 days?
Oh my gosh.
This guy right here.
Wow.
Guess you almost crashed this morning from being so tired at work.
Is there a certain reason you're trying to cut out the sody pop?
Just because that's all. I mean, literally, I was like, I was thinking about my addictive tendencies, and I was like, I'm fully addicted to fucking
You're a popaholic.
diet pop. Yeah, diet soda.
Diet Dr. Pepaholic.
That's true, man. The doctor had his fucking tongs in me.
Something like
A
that.
speculum all the way up my ass. Yeah, but I thought it. Yeah, and then I'm like 2 days without pop. I'm like, well, I'm healthy now, aren't I?
Yeah. Are you not
Yeah.
satisfied?
Look at all this water. Do you see this glow? No more bags under my eyes. I'm like a fucking Adonis over here. 2 days of water. Yeah, this isn't my. This used to be my water for the week, and now it's just an addendum, baby.
Yeah. Little epilogue to all
That's
the water you've been
right.
drinking.
Yeah. pee a lot less because caffeine is a diuretic.
Mm.
So that's also nice.
Interesting.
So does that mean no caffeine as well?
No, it hasn't. It's just like I was just drinking. I just like, you need to drink water, you fucking weirdo. So just at least taking a breather from pop, and also it costs money. Like, why am I? What is even the point? What am I? And apparently, like diet, like artificial sweeteners, straight up make you want to. They make your body want to make up for the sugar it thinks it's getting.
Good.
So your body is like, this was supposed to be sugar. I thought it was. So you drink a shitload more of your diet pop.
And
And
then
you
your brain's
also,
like, how
like-
about some s'more cereal?
yes.
Let's really get that sugar
yes.
pumping.
Exactly.
Holding out on us.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little better for your teeth too.
Yeah.
Less pop.
Yeah.
It's hard though. The fizz.
It
The
is.
fizz is what I miss.
The fizz. Oh. The fizz is what I miss.
The fizz is on my whiz.
I can't resist.
Yeah, it's a pretty smart podcast.
It is.
Now that I think about it.
I like when we talk about deep subjects and we're all like, yeah, you know, something like that. Burp, burp.
Yeah, I think we got it.
I like
across.
pop.
Yeah.
I like pop so much I had to stop.
That sugar's hard, boy.
It is.
I tell you what, I got 2 pints of ice cream just about a week ago, and I was like, I'll have one tonight, and I'll save that next one for a little later in the week,
Yeah.
maybe. And both pints were enjoyed that night.
Yes, that happens.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I'll buy myself a pint and I'll buy Sarah a pint. Mm-hmm. And then I'll get home and be like,
Yes,
Sarah,
yes.
I got you some ice cream. Would you like the ice cream tonight? Not tonight.
You have to have it right now.
Yeah.
This is it.
It's a limited time offer.
like,
I'll
did
get you another one
Did you eat my ice cream? Like, it was sitting in there for 3 days. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, I did. There's a statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Limited time off.
We were having a family dinner the other night, and Sarah said something to the effect of, Dad eats everything. And the laughter resounded through the whole home.
Echoed through the halls.
Yes.
Even
yes.
the baby was just like,
That's kind of dad.
Dad
vibes,
do be
though.
eating.
They
Yeah,
do.
Dad's kind of the quicker picker upper of the
Yeah.
house, you know.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah. If you didn't want me to eat all the time, you wouldn't buy me all the shit that I love. That's meant for children.
You know I love mashed bananas. Yeah. What? Can she have like a Cheeto or anything yet?
Yeah, now she could.
Nice.
We've learned recently that we're supposed to actually be feeding her more stuff than we have been.
Oh.
So we've been to baby
Has
food.
been holding out.
Yeah, because she barfed once eating little yogurt bites. And Sarah was like, no more yogurt bites. And I was like, but I gave her 28 of them.
It's like, but I love them. Oh, for the baby. Yeah, of course. No more for the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she barfed. But yeah, now she can, little bits of things. Said, I don't think fruit. We were waiting on fruit, maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, she has little cereal bits of and it made me. I was like, I'm jealous of the baby right now, because you sit there, and you got her little shaker of baby cereal, and you pull out this one barely flavored blueberry puff.
Yeah.
And she can't fucking contain herself.
my girl.
And you set it down. You set the one thing down, and she doesn't even eat it right away. She holds it and beams and goes, "Dee!" Like the smile on her face, like it's about to pop her ears off. She's smiling so hard, and then she puts it in her mouth, and it takes her 2.5 minutes to eat one little cereal puff. And you're like, "Oh, you finished that one? Guess what? Zing! You get another one. She goes, ah! And she goes fucking crazy all over again. And it is very fun. Quite enjoyable.
It's like you with a bag of s'more cereal.
That's right, buddy. But if somebody was giving me s'more cereal one at a time, they'd be dead.
Yeah.
Told in a giant high chair. Yeah, I mean, their sheer excitement for everything must be pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
A good reminder.
It is. Truly. Yeah. You're like, oh, yeah, life ain't so bad if somebody loves cereal this much.
Yeah.
One single piece.
That's all you
berserk.
need.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
almost tastes like something.
Yeah, yeah,
Almost.
almost. It's like if you left a not a marshmallow but a chunk of blueberry out, but the crunch of it stayed fresh, but you removed 85% of the flavor. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it tastes like.
Wait till she gets the real thing.
Yeah, and actually, I believe that 60 of them is about 25 calories. So, pretty good deal there.
Yeah. Move over, Raisin Bran Crunch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Damn. Let's take a look at the little list here, shall we? Oh, I rewatched Her recently.
Yeah,
Have you seen it?
I have.
Which one
Like
is
her.
that?
That is
Another
Joaquin
Spike
Phoenix
Jonze.
falling in love with AI.
I really want to watch that. I have not.
You've never watched
It's a
it.
good
I'm
movie.
shocked. It's
I know.
good. Yeah.
And I would say the best scene in the movie Her is the scene where he's in the subway and he has his little earbuds in and his phone is scrolling through his notifications for the day. And it's like, oh, breaking news, update on such and such political thing, skip. Then another thing comes up, kind of news related, skip. Then like the third one is pregnant model so and so reveals scantily clad photos, and then he goes, like,
Yeah.
That's
So accurate.
good realistic
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah.
Because I mean, with the news and everything else, for me at least, it is so like that of the amount of, you won't believe what these 20
Yeah.
celebrities look like
Yep.
now. The amount of those I've clicked on versus the actually important, geopolitical.
Oh, I used to
thing.
always click on the important stuff, and now, no, sir.
You're finding out which Harry Potter house you are.
Goddamn right.
Ravenclaw. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I'm a little naughtier than I thought. Also, just off the move. If you ever get a chance, you Google Joaquin Phoenix's forehead makes a face from Her.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh man, how enjoyable that is!
Is it just
Good
the
stuff.
lines?
It looks like you see his eyes and his eyebrows, and then his forehead looks like
I think
two
Johnny
lips.
Cash is on his forehead.
Yeah. It is
crazy.
pretty funny.
Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah.
that. Give that a watch.
Yeah.
Shia pull that up.
I used to send that. I probably sent it to you back in the day.
Yeah, that's an oldie.
Mhm.
Well, it's very relevant now considering the,
Oh,
the
I mean,
burgeoning AI.
Yeah, AI girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's happening.
It seemed much more kind of silly and funny when it first came out.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, no, that's absolutely coming. That's probably 5 years away.
I think it's here right now.
You think Chat GPT?
There's AI. I
Give
mean,
you
you
a
can
little
download an
dome.
AI girlfriend. I don't know how. I just saw a silly news story or video about it, and the guy was married, but he had an AI girlfriend,
Oh boy.
and they talked to his wife, and they're like, "What do you think about his AI girlfriend?" She's like, "Well, I knew he was weird when I married him, or whatever." It was like, okay,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Going poly with AI.
yeah.
Wow.
Which would be, I don't know. Could you handle your significant other dating her phone?
They already
I feel
are.
like there's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I feel like there's probably several issues underneath that are like there's a lot going on.
yeah.
That's the case. You're like, wow.
Actually, we are all kind of doing that in a way anyway. If you spend,
like at open mics, just not even thinking about it, just full muscle memory. I'll just
Yeah.
find myself pulling it out and just being like, beep, boop, beep. I guess I'll see what the weather is in Cambodia today or whatever.
Important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just, it's,
We're all addicts.
yeah.
I mean, there's probably people that aren't, but most of us with smartphones are fully addicted to our phones.
We're all addicts.
Yeah. And like I think I've said it before on this very podcast, that someday there might be a stigma attached, so that eventually using your phone in public will be like smoking. And that'll be a better time. Except then we'll have like brain implants anyway, so it probably won't matter.
Right.
Only poor people still have it. Well,
Yeah.
you're still holding a phone in your hand? Wow.
Ugh. Golly.
Yeah, I've never thought about that. Yeah, having like a wildlife reserve for humans almost, where there's no phones.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where humans can roam free.
Because we are essentially, we're addicts. We're also kind of like slaves to it. You can be gotten a hold of at all times.
That was my least favorite part of running a business by far.
Oh, yeah.
Was the
Certainly my least favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sort of 24/7 availability you had to have.
Mm-hmm.
That was tough.
So I enjoy my long drives because I'm like, I'm just not gonna listen to a podcast. Phone rings, I get a message, whatever. I'm just fucking not dealing with it until I get to where I'm going. Then I'll find out what it is. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feels old school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well-
even these days I've been going on tons of walks now that it's nice out, and I'll stick my face in the flowers
Mm-hmm.
like a big fat bumblebee.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is life.
This is
How you
real.
do it. Yeah. Versus just like planning to live some kind of life on my phone. It's like you can just go out and
Just
do some
live.
stuff.
Go do shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just the amount of, I don't know, like you feel like there's nothing to do. It's almost like they're like, oh, we got nothing to eat at the house.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, you have all these things in the freezer that you bought, but it all has to be made. It feels like where you are, there's nothing to do, nothing to see. But then once you actually go out there, it's like, oh, there's lots of things,
Yeah.
even in Des Moines, to do and
Mhm.
see. Believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rand, you're talking about smelling flowers. For Valentine's Day, I went to a secondhand store, got Sarah a cool vase, and bought flowers to put in it. And that very evening, the vase was up on the whatever mantle thing.
Next to your
Fucking-
trophy.
Fucking, yep. Cat jumped up there, knocked this goddamn awesome vase off, broke the vase. I got Sarah flowers for Mother's Day. Did this cool thing where I went to our old house and picked a bunch of flowers around the house, cut them, and put them in the vase. Bought a nice new vase this time. Put them in there. While I get them back to the house, they sit there for a day, and Sarah's like, there's ants. And I was like, oh, right. There might be bugs on the wildflowers I picked. So she sets them outside on a stool, big, heavy glass vase. The next day, windy as fuck. The fucking wind knocks the flowers and the humongous glass vase over and breaks that vase.
Oh, for 2.
No more vase. I'm getting plastic vases next time,
Yeah.
I guess, because, boy, what a ripoff.
Both nice brownie point type things you did, though.
They were.
Yeah. He's
was-
bragging about
I
being
was
a good
proud
guy
of
on the
them.
podcast.
I know.
Oh, humble brag over here.
Mhm.
I was picking my lady flowers.
That's right.
By the veranda. They were very pretty flowers when because you sent a picture of.
Yep, I did.
I was
I did.
impressed.
I was proud of myself. I was like, damn, that's a good idea, boy.
God damn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. I think it's about that time.
Oh, cutting her short this evening.
Just a little.
Yeah, barely. I'm just.
Yeah. If anything,
Yeah.
we should have been cutting it short a long time. But a big prayers up and positive thoughts for our boy Dave, by
Yes.
the way.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been here in a while, and I miss his laugh.
Yes,
Yep.
positive vibes.
Yep.
Peanut
his way.
Gallery is missing him.
The old news desk.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully we'll see him back here soon. But Black Hat Ice Cream in the meantime, that'll soothe your sorrows. Some lovely dairy treats.
Yes. Don't leave them on top of the car.
Don't do it.
It's going to be an awkward car ride home.
Yes, it is.
Venmo at ToboCop, right?
That's right.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. Like and subscribe on stuff. Follow us, please. Please.
Please.
Ah, come on. Look what we do for you. Come on.
Yeah.
Any other play? Wait, you had a Don't Tell coming up, right?
Oh, it got canceled.
Are you serious? Oh.
Damn.
They heard I was on it.
They
They're
didn't
like,
tell enough people.
Yeah.
Right?
Damn.
I can't wear my Don't Smell shirt to your Don't Tell show.
Yeah.
That would have been great. Yeah, that's all the plugs. That's everything, folks.
Oh.
Thanks, Shyla, for running the board as always. Shout out to her.
Yes. Thank you.
All the writing was good tonight.
On point.
Usually I have a random thought dump at the end, and I'm empty.
Wow. Cleaned it
That's
out.
no pop. Cleared my brain
That's
out.
The pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It was like that octane booster you can pour in your gas tank or whatever.
Yeah.
Those never work.
Never. No way.
But yeah, it's been No Sleep the Podcast. I've been AJ Simmons. Thanks for watching and listening.
Oh, I've been Tom McGrain. Thank you for watching and listening.
And I've been Alex Carter. Thank you for watching and listening.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Fucking AJ. Told her they're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic.